They can't catch up cause they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. Stay on attack when they tackle like damager. They react and play it back on the camera. Hot boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Eat the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly what you do on the annual. MVP, that decision unanimous. Big dogs, I don't think they can handle it. Battlefield, it's just me and my warriors. Guaranteed we emerging victorious. Years, blood, sweat, tears is glorious. I remember when they always ignoring us. Dash, got it on, smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man.
Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got what should be an interesting matchup between the Los Angeles Rams and the San Francisco 49ers. With that, let's get you out to Silicon Valley, Levi Stadium in Santa Clara, as we welcome in our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Well, Coach, it is a part of the country that could Brandon Godden, Charles Davis, happy to be with you. And, Charles, we've got two teams who know each other extremely well. These division games, they tend to be battles.
People scout like crazy in this league, but no one scouts more than within the division. Because if you win your division, you're automatically in the playoffs. That puts extra emphasis on these games, and they can't wait to get at each other.
So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And they're led out by a guy who learned from one of the great ones in his first few years in Tom Brady. This is Jimmy Garoppolo.
When you're a backup to one of the all-time great players, if you don't spend time picking that guy's brain or just watching and observing how he does things to increase your game, then you've wasted that time. I don't think Jimmy Garoppolo is that type of a player. I think those lessons learned have a chance to transmit themselves very well.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Garoppolo. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, 49ers. Dante Pettis, 64 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, that's how they envisioned it, get the football to start the game and score it.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they have the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
And they're able to get the connection on the long touchdown pass. And that's one of the easiest drive summaries you'll ever see. One play, touchdown. So now the Rams will get their first opportunity with a football. They're led onto the field by the former Cal Bear and the #1 overall pick in 2016, Jared Goff.
And the tendency for most of these guys is to want to match things right away because they have a lot of confidence in their talent too. They just saw a big strike against their team, and you know they're thinking to themselves, I can get this back right now on one play. Well, if it's there, you take it. But otherwise, just go ahead and calm your team down. Run the offense, get things going, and see how things settle in.
180. 56. Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball.
On 1st and 10, gone. Open man, Higbee, the tight end. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
Throwing on 3rd, gone. He gets it to Gurley, complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a Rams first down on a pickup of 10.
20.
A play fake to Gurley, now gone. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, And not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily, fell incomplete. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. From the 50, it's gone. And able to find Higbee, it's complete. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. Robert Woods. Touchdown, L.A. Robert Woods, 50 yards. As his guys are on the board here in this first quarter.
I think the key to that play was them understanding and knowing that once the ball was out, they were still eligible to pick it up and carry it.
Yeah, there was some standing and some staring on the wrong side of the football there, wasn't there?
Yes, he has a name, he has a number, but for us, he's Johnny on the spot. And how about that rambling run all the way to the end zone with that alert play that he just made?
Each team's had it, each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. They'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 22. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Clay Matthews brings the heat and gets the sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Here we go.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. Garoppolo to his tight end, Kittle, for a Niner first down.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from me a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Aqib Talib, the veteran Pro Bowler, there to get a hand in, knock it away. And a quick look now at the offense for the 49ers.
Yeah, I feel a little bad here because we missed out talking about these guys on the opening drive because they were in the end zone before we had a chance to even say anything. But let's keep an eye on these wideouts. QB already has 1 touchdown pass. You know he's looking for a few more before this one's over. Those wideouts will get plenty of opportunities to try and score again.
Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. What a luxury to have a tight end that can not only catch it, but then can run after the catch like that.
What was the old expression back in the good old days? That they used to carry pianos on their backs when they were after they caught the football. Someone would stop and bang out a tune along the way as well. But nowadays, these guys are essentially bumped up wide receivers, and they are a full part of the passing game, and we see a lot of big plays as we just saw there.
15 for the Niners there and a first down. They'll run with Coleman on first down. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Trent Taylor there to make the grab. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. So he scrambled right, but was able to look back toward the middle of the end zone to find the target.
As you know, in this game, sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules because we all know most guys throwing the football are taught never throw back into the middle of the field on a scramble. He did it and got away with it for a touchdown.
Instinct sometimes, right? They just take over.
Instinct and vision. Sometimes you just see people who are open, you're able to get it to them.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Goff now to throw. That's complete to his tight end, Higbee. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. It's a gain of 11 and a 1st down, L.A.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
On 1st down, it's Gurley. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage, because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
3rd and long. It's gone. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Had to pass there. 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the 1st down, even throwing the football.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the 1st half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said,
and now nothing but green ahead of him. 20, 10, touchdown, 49ers. Tevin Coleman, an 80-yard touchdown. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly for 6. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Gold to add the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing,
looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it is going to be 15 yards.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. Aqib Talib, the veteran Pro Bowler, there to get a hand in, knock it away. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
21.
Garoppolo going to hand this one to Coleman. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report, but business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that one's complete to Gurley. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. And a nice gain at 21 yards. Goff now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10. Delayed give, Goff to Gurley. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Goff. And his throw here's incomplete. Adrian Colbert, he was right there in coverage. First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Goff. Going to Woods, but that pass is intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Trying to get it to Woods.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
On the run, he'll let it go deep. It's caught inside the 25. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. An explosive 38-yard pickup. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. The veteran Eric Weddle there to break that one up. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. That's complete to his speedy wideout Goodwin. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Now Gold for the extra point. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And you have to figure they won't just sit on the football here in the final minute. The way things have gone, they need to try to make something happen offensively.
But maybe they should. Maybe they should sit on it here because of what you just said. They haven't made anything happen offensively. Getting ready to go into the half, give them a chance to take a deep breath, exhale a little bit, and start over. I don't know if this is the time to push it myself.
Yeah, right now under 100 yards of total offense. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting play. To start a game, a lot of them script to start the second half too, and they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. From the gun on third down, gone. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. Oh, now he bowls him over. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into it?
And across the chalk, into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Dante Pettis, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. And we can break that scoring drive down pretty easily. One play, a long touchdown pass into the end zone. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This one taken from the 7. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Out of the gun, Goff. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by the former Super Bowl MVP, Malcolm Smith. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown. This SD wanted to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Gold able to tack on the extra point. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And the Rams getting set to go now. And they gave up the pick 6. And now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up. But you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
Goff will lead the Rams up here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. To throw is Goff. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. A gain of 6 there on first.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
180. Mike's 56. I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you. Mike 56.
Another carry now for Gurley. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. It's a first down following a gain of 3.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Goff throwing complete to Kupp. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone, and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Credit the sack to the Oregon Duck, DeForest Buckner.
Now, you've been around me a long time now. You know on 2nd and inches, I love it when teams are aggressive and take a shot, but we just saw the downside to being that aggressive, didn't we?
Now you've given up on a pretty likely first down if they had run the football, and they need to come up with something here on 3rd. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Could not have thrown that out there any better. When the ball hit the ground, I thought it might go into the end zone the way it was angling, but perfectly jutting out at the 1.
You think maybe what we saw in practice came into play there? You know, you put those big cans down on the sideline and then angled for them and shot for them. Looks like it worked out pretty well for him, too.
And now off to the races down the right side. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Marquise Goodwin, 99 yards as his guys continue to pour it on. Well, I love watching Goodwin play. Of course, everybody knows the story of him being an Olympian. He's a long jumper, right?
Yes.
But you know that he has that athleticism, that big playability.
He certainly does. And not only was he an Olympian as a long jumper, married to a sprinter. How about that for speed in one family? And I love his end zone celebrations now. When he does go deep and beat someone for a touchdown, now he does the long jump as his celebration. Pretty cool deal.
Gold with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. Now a hit and a loose football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
11.
On second down, it's Coleman. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Flushed out right. He may try and run for this. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Slipped 1 tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. The Rams on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 9. Now Goff. And they'll set up the screen to Gurley. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to the 30. A short gain there of just 4, and that'll bring up a 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
35 yards on the return. Picked up some good blocks as well. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Alert! Alert! Alert!
They'll run on 1st down. It's Coleman. And another tackle broken. Past the truck, down the numbers. There he goes. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Tevin Coleman, his 2nd touchdown of the night as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
So they are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
We've got this.
And Now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this fourth quarter. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
I can't believe they even let you play.
Goff. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Adrian Colbert, he was right there in coverage. The Rams on 3rd down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This is 3rd and 10. Goff now looks to throw. He's going to dump it off to Gurley. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll bring up 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw is Garoppolo. Being chased out left. Completes it to Coleman. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40.
Everyone has their strengths, able to move to their right or their left, being able to throw the football. So that means you've got to work on both because you never know which way you're going to get flushed by pressure. In this situation, able to escape to his left and makes an accurate throw.
Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
Now, that was a whole lot of open space out in front of him, wasn't it? I'm telling you, Brandon, when things are going right, they are going right.
And everything has been going their way for the most part. I saw that lane start to develop. Boom. He took advantage of it. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Man open, it's Goodwin. And another mistake here defensively as a flag is down on the tackle, and that's going to tack on 15 more. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march up another 15 against your squad.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. They'll give him 8 on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
21.
6 guys. Check 6 guys.
6-6. Pull it high.
Play fake there to Coleman. Now Garoppolo. Steps away to his left. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. The Niners on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard. So Garoppolo off. Coming on is the veteran Robbie Gould for the 49er field goal. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And Gould is able to put it through. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So unable to convert for the touchdown inside the red zone, but they do come away with 3.
Yeah, it's a 32-yarder. That's essentially an extra point nowadays, right? Because it's 33 as a general rule for these guys. So it should be a simple kick. But you know what's really strange nowadays? When they miss an extra point, I think they carry that with them longer than missing a field goal because an extra point's supposed to be automatic.
Absolutely, and I would think even field goals inside of 30 yards, even though they're substantially shorter than a PAT, it just has a different feel, doesn't it?
A different feel, a different vibe. That's what I get from all the kickers I talk to. They always say if I miss an extra point, that's the one that bothers me more.
Mike Hunt, 180. 5-4. Ricky.
On first down, gone. He gets it to Gurley, complete. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Goff wants to throw on 3rd and 1. They got him in. It's Woods. A good pickup, 17 yards, and also a Rams first down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
They'll get this one to Kupp, complete. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. 2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. Goff now to throw. That'll be caught by Kupp. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. From the 50, it's gone. He gets this into the hands of Kupp once again. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A big offensive...